Okay, so good evening, everyone. So we from groups. What groups are we? So yeah, whatever. So today we are going to discuss about fossilized allomorphy. You can find this topic on the book that have been shared in our group on pages 128. So yeah, let's start our discussion. So let's start with the first topic about fossilized anamorphy. So anyone has idea about this topic?
I think as I read before, the meaning of fossilized alomorphy is something that we discussed. Um, Unlike alomorphy, is about the needs and the history of the 5th century in English. And we also in this section we also relate to the Proto-Germanic and even to in the European. And I think fossilized allomorphy is the one of English science in our program that we have to uh, study more deeper about allomorphy. And in the fossilized is also processes are gradation and rhodotism. That's all, I think.
Okay, that's great, Sophie. So yeah, so that's the definitions of fossilized allomorphy. Maybe anyone has another idea?
Overall, I'm agree with Sophie. My opinion is similar to her. That's it.
Oh yeah, okay, Sabrina. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, you can read on the book on the screen. So yeah, if the definitions has been clear, so maybe we can move to the next topic. Yeah, so so the next topic is gradations. Maybe one of you will explain about this topic. Okay, so let me
Uh,
read about this topic. Oh yeah, Selena.
I'm sorry, my connection has been a little bit lost.
Okay, do you want to read this
Now
topic?
I will. Yes.
Okay.
So, um, gradation is a term characterizing the way in which the Indo-European vowels E and O once alternated with each other and with zero in different grammatical forms of word classes. And gradation in German is called Ablaut. So, in short, there are various kinds of root words which consist of only one syllable. They underlie a meaning in which uh, the meaning is formed into several new words containing words that is related to that meaning. Then the words are grouped into several classes based on how to read the vowels. There are those that are with vowel O, E, A, and there are also that we don't read the vowels. For example, gen. From root gen, we can we can create the words genetic, gonorrhea, and cognate, and they are grouped based on how we pronounce the vowel, something like that. Do you guys understand?
Yeah, that's great, Mina. Thank you for your explanations.
You're very welcome. Oh my God.
Okay, so maybe can you read on the screen another type of uh, frequent? Yeah, can you move to the upper pages? Yeah. So yeah, okay. So the next topic is gradation in Germanic. So the exact phonological and grammatical reasons for the existence of gradations are largely unknown. It is possible that the variation between E or O in root is due to variation in the placement of the accent, while absence of stress correlates with the zero grade. So in a classical language and in Germanic, gradation often signal change from one word class to another. It also regularly accompanied par, uh, paradigmatic change. The major function of gradation within the Germanic languages was to mark person, number, and tense of a large class of verbs, traditionally referred to as strong verbs without familiarity with the phonetic changes from uh, Indo-European to present-day English to Germanic, Old and Middle English. The original E, O, and zero grades of the verbal allomorph are not recognizable today. We have come to label these verbs irregular. So graduation in word derivation was also a common Germanic pattern which became less and less productive in English, but not in other Germanic languages. Still, there are some fossils of this pattern in modern English, as in a verb noun pairs, do, did, sing, song, break, bridge, bind, bone, bundle. Historical phonetic processes have changed the initial false grades beyond recognition through the semantic relationship between the members of these pairs is obvious to every speaker of English. Okay, let's move to the next topic. Yeah, so the next topic is eroticism. Maybe anyone wants to explain about this?
I will try to explain about rotacism.
Okay,
Rotacism is a philological term coined on the basis of the root rho, the Greek name of the letter and sound R. Greek rho or uh you know the symbol rho that usually used in math. The term describes the change of the consonant S from its voiced counterpart Z to R when paradigmatic alternations place S between two vowels. Rotacism, usually found both in words of classical origin and in Germanic words, though the conditions under which it applies are slightly different. Uh, there are two types of rhotacism in Latin and rhotacism in German. Rhotacism in Latin accompanied the addition of vowel initial suffix is a, r to a words ending in vowel followed by s, producing the sequence VSV. Yeah, the from the presentation of the book, we can see the application of rhotacism, and then we move to rhotacism in Germanic. In rhotacism in Germanic, they are voicing of S to Z and a subsequent change to R in a vocalic environment where there were additional prosodic conditions restricting the process. As with gradation, subsequent phonetic are Germanic rhotacism. Some pairs of cognate words which preserve traces of this ancient allomorphy are the past tense forms of the verb to be, sg, was versus, singular was versus plural were, and the present tense and the adjectival participle of the verb lost, learn, the historical relationship between rise and leer, sneeze and snore can also be traced back to rhotacism with some additional changes of the vowels. That's all about rhotacism. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina. So, yeah, so we have understand about rhotacisms from the explanation by Sabrina. So, yeah, the next topic is metathesis. So, who wants to explain about metathesis?
Me,
Okay.
for metathesis, in my opinion, the definition of metathesis, or etymologically from Greek, literally a transposition, is a kind of metaplasm whereby letters or syllables of a word are transposed or shifted out of their natural position. Metathesis may have originated in slip of the tongue. Evidence of the process is found both in borrowed classical roots and in native roots. Some frequently quoted examples of metathesis are mixed spectic, triad, nutrition. Metathesis in pronunciation should not be confused with the alternative spellings for stem final written in British English. Finally, the native vocabulary, modern English dialect from such as absent verbs, acts for absent verbs as have their origin in an alternation which date back to Old English. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Renida. So, yeah, let's move to the next topic. Yeah, so this is the fifth topic about obscure cognates. So who wants to explain about this?
Um, I will try to explain a little bit about this topic, Saki.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm still confusing about this topic, and as my understanding, this topic is about there are still lives a residue of obscure cognates in mastery of the rules of allomorphy. And the obscure here mean that words whose etymologies are unknown or disputed, and thus we can even begin to discuss. And an example of phonetically obscure alloform comes from a small number of roots of classical origin, such as spec, plaque, fac, nick, and leak. And they undergo simultaneous deletion of the vowel and the following velar consonant when followed by the verb forming suffix y. Verbs formed in this way are spay, play, defy, deny, rely, and one of these obscure uh, derivatives phi has developed into an extremely productive suffix in its own right. Jadi sebenarnya tuh apa di bab 5 ini bukan bab 5 sebenarnya subbab 5 ini tuh lebih ke arah kata-kata yang kurang jelas atau kata-kata yang tidak diketahui dari unsur unsur katanya sendiri. Jadi menurut sepemahaman saya itu seperti itu. Jadi saya juga masih belum paham tentang subbab ini. Jadi, mungkin ya seperti itu, Saki.
Okay, thank you, Wahyu, for your explanations. So, yeah, so those topics that have been explained by our groups is the basic informations of this topic. If you want to learn more about this topic, you can read the book by yourself. Here we have explained the basic of this topic. I hope you understand. So yeah, that's all from our groups. Thank you for your attention. And
I'm sorry, Saki.
yeah, okay. So thank you and have a nice day.